Now, onboarding workflows and feedback loops are like basically my bread and butter. I've done it through every industry, but pretty much all of them except healthcare. And so, through that, there's a lot of, different nuances, but want to specifically speak about how, you're seeing kind of that human flow piece. And I got into a conversation with someone actually earlier today. And that was, do we have AI in terms of making kind of process and sort of an internal, right, to make our jobs, our lives kind of easier? And is there a consideration for the customer, right? If we're able to make things easier for us, that means that we're ultimately able to serve the customer. But what is your, maybe it's an opinion, but I guess what is your prioritization stack? If you could use AI to help the customer or use AI to like cut costs or, increase employee support or call it whatever, right? Process in the company, who are you kind of betting on? More the customer or more the internal process?
Yeah, so I can talk about what I've done, right? Because it'll give you a lot more value than opinion. And so I think it's both. And so when I first started this journey of building AI agents, I was helping a company I used to work for, and they had this crazy process of getting information about other clients. And so they would take a very long process to get a report about their competitors, right? By the time they got that report, it's already just old information. It took a long couple of months. Many different people would work on this report. And so instead, I just looked at what are they trying to accomplish with that report, right? And so it just goes back to what are you trying to solve? And so the whole purpose of that report was to get information on their competitors. Well, we could do that with AI. And so what I did was I realized that they were just Google searching their competitors. They were researching them. They were trying to find information on forums. They were trying to look at Reddit. They were trying to do all this different stuff to find information on their competitors. We could do that very quickly with AI. So I just created an AI agent that did all the manual research, then took the context of that research to what we were doing as a company, and then put that together in a report for every single one of their competitors. And it worked in like minutes, right? And so that's an example of how a company was able to take an AI agent and have it be very useful, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the other end, for clients or for customers, your everyday customers, you could use AI to remove friction, right? So we could do apps because you spoke about apps. Apps are fantastic. Everyone loves apps. I've spent my whole career making apps. And I will tell you, we always had a rule of if you have to click more than 3 buttons, it's too much friction. Nobody's going to want to do this. Well, what I'm finding now with AI is those 3 buttons is now too much friction. People don't want that anymore. And so what we're starting to see is a lot of chat-based UI. And so we build AI agents to use the entire app, and you just chat with the agent, and the agent does all of that work upfront for you. Like a great example is the Amy app for calculating your macronutrients. It's
Okay.
very quick. You just take a picture of it, or you just say, hey, this is what I ate, and then all of a sudden it's there for you. Or our app, a Lunar Guide, is also helping people with cannabis track their cannabis levels. And we have the ability to actually just communicate. When you go to mid-sized people or mid-sized companies, you have a whole different idea of how to use AI. So you got big companies, you're trying to help kind of take friction and get information faster across different organizations in that big company. Smaller companies, you have 3 or 4 people that are going to be doing all the work. And so what you want to do is you want to start to eliminate that work. And so what you want to do is you want to go start to figure out how are they doing their work? And then how can we use AI to eliminate that work so that they can then start to manage that AI agent and then use that time to do other work that'll be more high leverage. So it really just depends on who we're trying to do this for, what their needs are, and how do we help remove leverage, or not remove leverage, but remove friction.
Certainly.